Well, we're on the road here in the village of Horham, and this is the Church of St Mary in front of us. And we're going to have a look at it. Let's see now. There seems to be there's an entrance over here, so we'll check this one out and see if we can get in here. It's a lovely hedge, isn't it? It's a nice entrance here. Lovely gates. Look at this. Oh, I love this. Look at this. A bit stiff, but well, there's a community village hall across there, village centre. And we're underneath these trees. Oh, this is fabulous. We've got all the leaves coming down, lovely colours now because we're in the autumn. Birds just flew in through there. I love all this. Beautiful old headstones underneath the trees. Nice gravel path. Ah, that's an impressive tower. The sun shining on it. Now the church is rendered. Well, that part of it at least. So we've got now that tower, which is beautiful, doesn't look as old as the rest of the church, obviously. It's a very large tower, actually. And then we've got the church itself, which was obviously a smaller, or you would assume was a smaller building, much older. That's rendered, that part anyway, that's the original. So that looks like the original old church. And then we've got an extension to the back. So it's quite a mixture there, isn't it, really? Very attractive. I love the squared windows. Don't see those so often around here. They're mostly Gothic arches. So at the front of the churchyard here is grass, mainly. A few trees and shrubs. And then we've got a wall edging onto the main road that comes through the village. Lots of headstones still. We'll have a look around the church. So we've got a gravel path that's going round the church. It's quite well kept. I mean, the grass looks like it's regularly cut. There's trees all around the edge and the boundary. I'd say that most of the old headstones have been removed from the main part of this churchyard. And to be fair, I think most of the churches tend to do that now to be able to keep the grass clear. So this is the rear of the church where we've got a flint extension. There's a wooden door, some steps going up. And different flint work in the buttress there. I think these things tend to get added on later years. I don't think that was there probably when it was built. Now we've got some more recent headstones here, mixed in with older ones. Hear the birds flushing through the trees here. Now this is the sort of, and more of them, this is the part of churchyards that I really love. This is where they've got the old mature trees and you've got light shining through these leaves. And we've still got leaves at this time of the year, which is towards the end of October. And you don't see that many leaves falling yet, and they are on the ground. But because we've got leaves, we've got this beautiful light effect, and the light shines through the trees. Absolutely glorious, and these churchyards are just wonderful. There's very little to match them in terms of beauty, and certainly with atmospheric lighting and views. Mature trees, old, worn headstones, absolutely beautiful. You can hear the rustling of my feet and the leaves on the ground here. Now the churchyard at this side of the church is it's quite extensive. It spreads right across there to the boundaries where there's more houses there from the village. And then we've got an area which is very neat, very well kept. Well, actually all the grass around the church is lovely. Get a nice shot of that beautiful big tower. I think we'll just have a walk round to the front of that tower now. Worth just noticing that we've got I'm noting here that we've got this old grave here, which got these beautiful railings. They're always difficult because they're very grand and they look absolutely stunning, and all the relatives and everything when these people were buried here and they had these railings. But of course it makes it very difficult over the years to maintain, because the weeds and the grass and everything else starts to grow around them, and then they start to go into disrepair and they look kind of forlorn, but they're certainly atmospheric. There's some lovely trees here. I mean, look at the size of this tree. Yeah, that's a major tree. We just look through there and there's the tower with the sun shining on it. It's beautiful, eh? It's a pity that the central section of that church, the old original, I would think is the original building, is rendered. But we'll have a look inside in a minute. Right, so on this, as we're walking around again towards the tower, we can see the little doorway here that's been bricked in at some time. I always find it's odd, these doorways, and they were there at one time and for some reason they decided not to use them or get rid of them. I don't know. I mean, was there a porch there? I don't know. You see this old part and then this tower. I mean, this tower is lovely. Totally different to the rest of it. We've got brickwork at the bottom here. In this part of the churchyard, a large number of fairly recent headstones. They all look fairly magnificent in the sun. We are at the bottom of the tower where we've got an old door. Lovely, very old looking entrance. I may be totally wrong about this tower, maybe a lot older, or maybe it's been repaired or replaced. I just don't know here. This looks quite old, parts of it, but that window is looking, it's a plain frosted glass window, but leaded, but it looks fairly new, or it's been repaired at some time. I think we best have a look inside and get a view of that. So here's the entrance here that comes in from the road, sort of pedestrian entrance. You come up these steps here and just follow this path round here to the porch. Porch has got a fairly new roof on it. It doesn't look that old at all, this porch. I wonder if it replaced an older, the base looks quite old, and maybe they replaced the top part, rebuilt it. I guess this really was an old porch, a really old porch, which is, I think this is the bottom part, half of this is the old porch. I mean, look at this stone floor and the old benches and that arch. But I got a feeling that the top part's been rebuilt. Somewhere to hang your coat when you come in here. Now the door of the church is open, so we'll just go straight through. Ah, look at that. We've got the sunshine streaming through the windows onto that font. Isn't that beautiful? Fabulous. There we go. nice window there. It's plain glass underneath, absolutely plain, and all that stained glass at the top. Actually, it's the same I've got in the other ones. So I'll have a go, walk down here to the bottom of the tower. We've got some quite old pews here. These look quite old. Some very old pews, actually. Now this is a big screen that's filled in this big arch here that's at the bottom of the tower. So we won't go in there. Get a lovely view. Look at this. So we've got our backs to the tower, and we're looking down to the altar. Just move over a bit so that the font is not in the way. That font is lovely with the light coming on it. A lot of things in this church. It's very busy. We've got. We look at this side. We've got the plain glass window again here, with the coloured glass on the top. We've got lots of sort of vegetation there of some sort or something. We've got display there of shields or whatever, not so sure. And there's something odd here. Well, not odd, but different. We'll pass the tea making materials. That's an American eagle. It's made out of wheat sheaves. Look at it. That's really nice, isn't it? I'll just put the camera here and see whether that can be freeze framed. Yeah, that's very nice. Now these, they look as if they've been made by, I shouldn't say this, but look at me, made by children perhaps, or maybe some local people. Absolutely lovely. Nice little display there. We've got, lovely flowers again underneath the window. Obviously an old artifact. So I'll just have a look here again and see if I can freeze frame that and we can read that. Right, so we'll walk down this aisle and have a look. And I just noticed there, that's the, looks like the opening where there was a door there that we saw on the outside that was bricked in, filled in. Of course, this is the old main part of the building, which I think is the original old building. Got bricks on the floor. But here we've got plain glass again with the stained glass. But here we've got a more delicate. So we've got a very busy little area here. We've got just in front of the pulpit here, we've got a small area for children. Lots of things going on here. We've even got a little pony, look. We've got a gas heater, that's useful. And we've got almost sort of crammed in here, we've got the pulpit. Probably get a lovely view of the, we'll just go up here and just have a look here. We get a much better view of the church here. Now so we've got a plain ceiling. Now most of these churches, of course, have got wooden ceilings. This one is all plain, it's all been plastered over. I think this was just the original old building. So before we just go up to the altar, just notice this is 1631. That's really old. To be honest with you, I didn't think it was that old, but it is. It's old. So we'll just have a look through here. So all this area is carpeted, or it's got carpet down. So we've got pews here, and frosted plain glass there. It's a nice window, actually. Now this is that part of the church, which is flint on the outside, and I'm sure it's an extension. So we've also got a wooden ceiling. So when they built this, they put a proper ceiling, proper like church ceiling in that you see around here. That's lovely. And then we've got the massive organ here. It's quite a large organ, actually. And the chap chapess, who uses this organ has a heater, a second heater as well. Don't blame them. Oh, that's magnificent. Look at that. Now there is a lovely stained glass window to the side of the altar here. See, a lot of this plaster work here, where it's been plastered up against the stone edging, it doesn't look that old. Certainly not as old as that original part in the middle of the church. You see all the edging around this window, and even the glazing bars, they look much newer. That is a very nice window. It's plain frosted glass, but it's very attractive. I like that. It's wide. It's a lovely, lovely pattern design. That's a very impressive window, I think. And then it's got another stained glass window to this side. They're lovely. Actually, it's a lovely effect with the two stained glass windows, one each side, and that lovely plain glass one in the middle. So we can just swing around here and have a look back down towards the tower. And that's, as I say, that's the older part of the church, I'm sure, the old original building that was here. And like so many of these churches, we have to be quite grateful for the people that come and leave all these flowers here. They really, really do make the church look and feel nice. They give it a feeling of that it's lived in, it's being used. Lovely. Lovely carved wooden, I don't know what you really call them, but they're beautiful. It's really fantastic. Just step down here so you can see the brick floor. That's very nice. So we'll go back out. Well, the door was open, so we'll leave the door open as it was. But obviously we'll shut the netting, and that stops the birds flying in. Well, that's St Mary's in Horham. It's a lovely little village church. It's only odd in the fact that it's a lovely church, but it's just that the tower is so impressive and so imposing, and the church is charming, and the two don't seem to possibly gel that well on the outside. On the inside, it makes a little difference because the tower is actually isolated. There's a wooden partition, and so it's a division, and so you only really see the body of the church, as it were. And it's a charming little church inside, a lovely little village church, and an extremely well kept and well cared for churchyard. That's great. Really nice place. Really good.